Well, the Laramie Plainsmen are back on the road for a second straight week, and well, after traveling about 3 hours to Rock Springs, it's now a 4-hour trip to Gillette, and we take on the Campbell County Camels, or the Gillette Camels. I know they still got the big G on the helmet, a team that Laramie hasn't beaten in 21 years. I'm alongside head coach Clint Reed, and you hear me say 21 years. Can you believe it's been that long since we actually beat them on the football field?
Yeah, that's tough to imagine. I remember working for D-Ty as a freshman coach in 2098 in those championship years, running stats for them in the box. So, you know, that's what we try to remind the kids over and over. I know that everyone's talking about Campbell County, you know, and the stresses that they're going through this year and the changes they're going through. But as far as we're concerned, 21 years, it's Campbell County, and we got to figure out how to get it done this Friday.
Speaking of stresses, how stressed are you guys right now, sitting at 0-2? Give me a sense of where this team's at.
Yeah, I mean, you're human, so I do believe there's a stress there, you know, anxiety. But if you're not real to yourself, you know, the players and the coaches understand the urgency of it. But at the same time, that also fuels you to work your tail off during the week, prepare yourself as you can, and get ready.
All right, let's talk about what did you guys do just in general from a preparation standpoint to get yourselves ready for Friday night's game?
You know, every week we look back at where we made our mistakes. You know, we'll look back 1 week, 2 weeks and see what's building. Are we making any corrections? Are we making adjustments and changes? So we did that again. But at the same time, figure out how can we build on the positives too. You know, I think me and you had conversations about the passing game. Nathan continues to grow stronger. Our receivers and Chad and some others are, you know, gaining a lot of confidence too. And Baxter getting involved in the passing game, not just the run game, which we need to get going again still.
Yeah, and you know, to back Coach Reed's point up, I think Nate's up to second or third in the state in all-purpose offense, second in the state in passing. You got two guys between Browning and Tuggle and receiving in the top 6 or 7 in the state. So I know you want to take advantage of that. Let's flip to the other side of the ball. Defensively, how do you feel? Maybe settling down a little bit more as you get back to your base 4-3?
Yeah, I think Napton and the defense over there is working real hard. You know, we had some alignment issues, and then the flipping back and forth in defense is just the guys just mentally seem to not catch on, you know, what formation they're in and what they were doing. But basically it was, again, correcting mistakes. Not so much just philosophy, but it was about alignment. We were in some young guys who were in the wrong position, and we need to make sure that they're in the right position.
You get a young man back who's been in this defense in Jaden Rasmus, and how much will that help up front, a guy who started a D tackle last year?
Yeah, the guys are excited to have Jaden back, you know, and we are as coaches too. Because again, it's a guy who plays one way, gives it 100% on the defensive side of the ball. So we put Heil and Jaden right there in the middle of those two tackles. That's a pretty stout combination right there. We still have Garrett on the outside, Puckett working the inside, and some good defensive backs. You know, we're struggling in the DBs a little bit just because with Jason and Epler out, you know, so it's tough. And so the next man up, and we're doing the best we can with that.
Talk about Campbell County. What are your impressions of the Camels coming into this matchup?
You know, they've seen some struggles the first couple of weeks, you know. But again, they're facing tough teams, but at the same time, they're trying to grow and adjust as a program. They still got some good talent over there. I mean, Ladkey, number 3, is just a dynamite player. It doesn't matter what sport he's playing. He's dynamite, so we got to account for him. And again, it just goes back to what I've been saying over and over. They are Campbell County, and we need to respect that they're Campbell County.
All right, give me one thing that you got to see out of your ball club Friday night in order to try and pick up your first win, you feel.
You know, consistency. You know, not just the big play and then we disappear for a couple possessions. We need to make sure we have some consistency from possession to possession on the offense and the defense. You know, we need to get a 3-and-out, force a punt, get a turnover here and there, but we can't allow 2 or 3 drives, a couple of scores, and then come back and start playing defense. So we need consistency on both sides of the ball. I
know you would love to get off to a great start, so let's hope that you do. The Plainsmen at the Camels in Gillette, 7 o'clock kickoff, and you can listen to the game on KOWB. You can also listen online at KOWB1290.com or take the game mobile with our Radio Pup app. You can join Verdon Hoops and myself on the broadcast call. All the coverage starts at 6 o'clock Friday night.